Why alignment with the future goal is important? You are average of 5 people around you. The teachers, the educators are the one who are going to impart knowledge to the kid. Educators are the number one thing because a school building is not going to teach the student. See, conventional ways works for many, but conventional ways do not work for all. Every single kid should be able to walk towards their ambition. Is choosing a right school is a very crucial thing or not? Or is it necessary that whatever school the child is in learning from the lower grade, from the LKG, UKG, you should continue the same? Or we should also once again look into what kind of school the child need to go in grade 11, 12th. So today we are going to look into 7 important criteria to see how to pick the right school in grade 11th and 12th so that it can align with your future needs. So let's go into the 7 crucial things which is really important when you choose a school for the child, especially in grade 11th and 12th. So the first thing is about alignment of future goal. Now why we are specifically talking about 11th, 12th is because 11th, 12th is a very crucial time. Like immediately after this, the student will be going for a college, and once they go for a college, they pick a major. That is something that they are going to do mostly for the entire lifetime. Be it in the field of medicine, be it in the field of law, be it in the field of engineering, whatever the field may be. How they prepare for it, because most of these colleges will have competitive examination at the ending of grade 12, be it CLAT for law, NEET for medicine, JEE for engineering, or even like NATA for design. Like any kind of competitive examination, if I talk about, it will happen at the end of 12th. So it is very important that we pick the right school, and we also very important that we are clear that what should be the crucial criteria for it, because many times we pick up a school based on okay, what's near me, or where I feel more convenient, or where we have friends, or where like someone can pick my child. Yes, those are important, but there are these 7 crucial things that we are going to talk about is much more important than that. So the first thing is about alignment with the future goal. Now why alignment with the future goal is important? Because let us say as a child, if I'm aspiring to prepare for NEET, but let's say my school have a different ideology. My school do not believe in competitive examination. My school just want us to focus on our regular curriculum, be it any board, be it maybe CBSE board, IB board, CI board, or even in the matriculation board. So whatever the case may be, it is very important that the curriculum compatibility should be there, because otherwise what happens is, as a student I have some different ambitions, I am working hard for that, but school have a different ambition and expectation from me. So the expectation of the child and the expectation of the school are not even matching. They have not even talked about it, and they are working on totally different directions. So it will be difficult for me to achieve my goals. So curriculum compatibility should be there. There should be also supportive environment, because what happens is sometimes the student might need some external help. So they might go for some extra classes, some supplementary education, or maybe they have joined some online courses as well. So the idea is that there should be supportive environment. Let's say if the school feels that no, it is something wrong, that is the ideology of the school, but whereas this is something that student requires. So because of that mismatch, there will be always a friction. That friction will create stress, and also the student will have lesser time because the focus are totally 2 different things. So that's also one important thing. And the peer influence. So in fact, we believe a lot of learning happens through the peer, and there's a very popular saying, you are average of 5 people around you. So if all your friends are also having a certain ambition, certain working on a similar direction, there's a high chances that you will also succeed, because you will help out each other. You will push each other to do better. So peer group also have a good influence. So this is the first thing that need to be looked very carefully, that is alignment with the future goal. Moving on to the next is very important, but it is missed out a lot, that is quality of educators. In fact, when you are choosing a school, it is very important that you do some research in this, because at the end of the day, the teachers, the educators are the one who are going to impart knowledge to the kid. Now, especially when the kid have, let's say, higher ambition or different type of thing, like maybe they are trying to do something untraditional or unconventional. So it is very important that the educator have sufficient knowledge, sufficient qualification, so that they can help out the kid. So let us say if the kid want to aspire for something, let's say they want to go for some research work, or maybe they want to pick a specific theme which is very unconventional. So they need to have the right educator who have the specialized knowledge for it, who can answer their questions, who can not just answer their question, but develop that new thinking, that out of box thinking, the critical thinking in them. Because and this is one factor which I feel is missed out a lot in the schools, especially when the parents are looking for the school. They just see the school on the outer, but educators are the number one thing, because a school building is not going to teach the student, the educators are. So qualification of educator are very, very important. Then there's also teaching methods, because as the world is changing, technology is rapidly advancing. So we have to see like how the teacher are making it more interactive. What is the teaching style of the teachers? How they're making more interactive, make them push more towards their goals. So that is also a very important thing. And also, what is the ideology of the teacher? Because if as a teacher I feel no, my idea is just to get marks to the kid, so I'll be focusing on that. But let us say if I think that okay, let marks is secondary, I also want to focus on their lifelong learning, so even that will be there. So the thing is, you think of your goal and then you check whether your goals are aligning with the ideology of the educators there or not. Both are correct. It's just that what will match you, what will suit you the better. Then the class size, because class is also a very important aspect. Generally, again, it depends people to people, depend to school. But if you have a very big classroom size, you have a classroom of 80, 90, 100 students. So yes, we can give them a certain like strict pathway to work upon. But sometimes few kids will flourish in different ways. See, conventional ways works for many, but conventional ways do not work for all. So that is why you have to see whether that thing suits you or not. If you go through conventional ways work or not, because if the bigger classroom size is there can be only one single method of handling all of them. But for a smaller class size, yes, there can be more flexibility, there can be more student-centric approach as well. But it all depends what is your need. So that's the second criteria, and very, very important criteria, which is neglected a lot. Now moving on to the third criteria, that is the track record and result consistency. So let us say if I want to pick up a school, and so the parent generally pick once the school for the kid when they are very small, so obviously kid have no say in that, neither they have decided what they want to do. So that's a separate matter. But when coming to 11th, 12th, now what will happen is, if the kid has certain aspiration, let's say I want to do this thing, I want to do law, or I want to do design. So we have to see that, like generally, how are the results have been in the school, like whether the student of the school have been going to that kind of fields or not. Because if there are already students going into those kind of streams, those kind of field, that means the school will already have more idea, more knowledge, or a certain pathway ready for the students. And when you are checking that, the easiest way to check is the result. But do not just check the top results, because that is also how should I say, sometimes the parent do not look in entirety of the top results. They just see only 2-3 kids. But it's not about 2-3 kids, it's about how everyone is getting placed. So we just do not have to look for the top results. We have to see how other students are getting placed, where they are getting placed, whether they are going to their domain of interest or not. And second is the success ratio, because it might be possible that we'll see only 2-3 results and we are not seeing beyond that. So success ratio is also very important. Although I personally do not agree with this word success ratio, because I believe success is not just about getting college or marks. It's a much deeper concept, but let's not go into that. So if I talk about success ratio, that who all have performed and who have achieved their goals, that is very important. So it might be possible that an institution has 1,000 students and 20 selected, or a student have, let's say, 100 students and 15 selected. So number of selection might be less, but the percentage is higher. So similarly over here, 10 selection out of 100 is much bigger number than 20 out of 1,000. So rather than seeing the top ones, we have to see the overall success ratio, because that is very, very important. And it shows that yes, they have a certain track record for it and how everyone is getting placed. So it's not just about few students at the top, it's about every single kid should be able to walk towards their ambition. Next is about time management and flexibility. So as we have talked about it, like sometimes students have to go for supplementary classes. So it should be in such a way that the student is also able to take out time for it. Because if the school has like long hours, let's say the school work till late, they are taking extra class just before the board exams. So student might miss out their special classes which they are going outside or wherever for the certain specific goals, for a certain specific exams. Now, if they miss out their evening classes, then they will not be able to do better, neither at the school nor at the wherever they are going for the extra help. Or even it can be an online course, like they can pick up online course, because that is getting very popular these days. So that's also one thing. And also the schedule conflicts. So let us say if the exam comes, suddenly exam comes in the school, and then the student is not able to attend whatever support system they have taken. So their continuity will break. And most important is the workload balance, because they have to balance out their study. Uh, India is pretty popular for its competitive examinations, and that is also one of the reasons that we have top leaders across the globe. Like, in fact, if you hear about top companies across the globe, you'll see they are led by Indians. The simple reason is because we have to put hard effort for it. So it is also very important that the student is able to manage the workload. Otherwise, how they can, like, they'll be just putting blind effort in the school, blind effort in the other their personal aspiration, but it will not match. So workload balancing is also very important. So we have to see that what are the school timings, how flexible it is, and how it can sync in together with your future goal. Next is the exam structure and frequency. Now, what happens is, because a lot of exam, be it CUET or be it CLAT, be it NATA, so all these, they have a different pattern altogether, and school examination is also different pattern. Yes, the concept is same, concept is concept. If they have learned well, definitely they'll do good, but they need to have some exposure for a certain type of practice as well. So we have to see whether they have a regular assessment or not, and when they have regular assessment, what are the feedbacks for it. Because many times what happens is, there will be some regular assessment, in many places it will happen, then there will be a PTM, and once there is a PTM, like, it will be given like generic answer that child is scoring this and this has happened. Now, if we are not able to give a solution that how a child can improve, the child will not improve. The issue is not about finding where the child is lacking. The thing that need to be worked upon is what is the solution for the improvement. So there have to be regular assessment, there have to be a proper exam pattern, and there have to be a proper feedback system. Because without feedback system, the student will not improve. If we give generic solution to every kid, it's not going to work out. Because if it was working, it have already worked. In fact, there's a popular saying by Einstein that insanity is doing the same, like doing same thing again and again, expecting different results. So the feedback system have to be very much aligned towards their goal, towards a specific kid, not some generic thing. So PTM does happen, but it need to be more fruitful. Similarly, assessment and exam pattern. The next important criteria is the school environment and facilities. So definitely it plays a very crucial role. So they need to have proper infrastructure. They should have some access to libraries, quality labs, because that will make the learning even better. They should have proper support systems, which is like academic and emotional guidance to the kid, because it's not easy. Like, people say that with the evolution of tech, life is becoming easy, but I'll say it's even getting more difficult, especially after COVID for the students, because there's a lot of distractions now, and being away from that is still working hard, takes a lot of courage and takes a lot of support. So there have to be support system, and also there have to be extracurricular. So many times we have seen that the student moves towards all this social media distractions, Instagram, because they do not work out on the real world. They do not have extracurriculars to help them to feel more refreshed, to take a time out, to recharge them. So recreational activities are important. I'm not saying that they should do like 5 hours in a day only playing sports if they have a certain other ambitions. But yes, some kind of activity which is very important to develop their all round, like it should be like total overall well-being of the student. That will take them far. Next is the career guidance and a roadmap. Now, many times why students fail is because they are not able to come up with a proper plan, a proper roadmap, that how they will take it further. Let's say if they get this marks, then what kind of marks they want to look for, or what kind of learning they need to do, or what kind of things they need to do. So there have to be some kind of guidance or a roadmap which will be given to the students, so that students are aware, yes, this is what I have to do. I have to touch certain milestone, only then I'll be able to reach my goals, my ambitions. If we do not give any milestone to the student, now students are students, they have less exposure to world. So only when they have been given certain milestone, they'll be able to have their journey in a more proper way, even a better way. So these are the 7 important criteria for all of you to pick a right place, right institution, so that it fulfills your dream, it matches with your dream. So always and always please make an informed choice. So the future success all depends on how strong foundation you have. In fact, if you have a strong foundation, it will also help you in your college and the future career as well. And the key factor is just ensure that you have proper goals, the exams, the teachers, the facilities, all that are very important criteria. And lastly, you have to look past beyond the traditional reasons. You cannot just look out for the reason, yes, my neighbor was going to that school, so it will also suit me. No, that's not a good reason. See what suits you and then make a wise decision. So that is all from our side. I hope this video is really helpful for all the parents as well as the students who get confused sometime, like how to pick up the right institution for them. So thank you all. If you have any specific query, you can comment below. We'll definitely get back to you, and see you in the next video.